Okay, so first let's talk about degree measure and reading measure. Degree and reading measure. Okay, reading measure. So first you have to remember some special relations. Okay, special relations. So right angle, that's a right angle. Okay, so it's 90 degree. If you use reading measure, that's pi over 2. Okay, that's pi over 2. And then we have special angles, 45, right? One of our special right triangle. So here is radical 2, and 2. This angle will be 45 degree. And then the corresponding reading measure is pi over 4. Okay, pi over 4. And then two angles in this 1, 2, radical 3 right triangle. So this is 30 degree. This is 60 degree. So 30 degree is pi over 6. And the 60 degree is pi over 3. Okay, pi over 3. So you should remember these. Okay, you should remember these. So now what's the translation formula? To change degree to radian or change radian to degree. So basically pi is 180 degree. Okay. So what means pi or 180 degree? Okay, so that means a half circle. Okay, so what is an angle? Okay, what is an angle? So angle means we start from initial side and then we rotate. Okay, if you rotate this way, that's positive. You rotate that way, that's negative. Okay, that's negative. Okay, so now if you rotate a half circle, okay, so you start from the purple line and then get the red line. Okay, get the red line. So if you use the reading measure, this is pi. If you use the degree measure, that's 180. Okay, that's 180. So now if you start from here and then you rotate back, you have a full rotation. Okay, full rotation. So that means you have two half circles. So if you use reading measure, that's 2 pi. If you use degree measure, that's 360. Okay, 360. So now it's easy to see the right angle is 90 is pi over 2, right? So this is pi. And they have two right angles. So right angle is pi over 2, which is 180 divided by 2, 90 degree. Okay, 90 degree. Okay, yeah. So pi is 180. Pi over 2 is 90 divided by 2. Pi over 3 is 60. Pi over 4 is 45. And pi over 6 is 30. Okay, it's 30. So you start from here and then divide to get these angles. Okay, to get these angles. But because these two triangles, special angle triangles, are very important, too important, so I suggest you just remember the relations. Okay, remember the relations between these angles. Okay, these angles. Okay, so now let's look at other angles. So suppose you have 150 degree. How can you change this to a reading measure? Okay, change it to reading measure. So basically we use multiplication. So 150 times pi over 180 degree. Okay, pi is 180. So this part is essentially number 1. Okay, number 1. But it changed degree to radian. Okay, degree measure canceled. So you got 150 pi over 180. Okay, and then cancel common factors, right? Cancel 10 and then cancel 3. So this is 5 over 6. So 150 is 5 pi over 6. Okay, over 6. So now how can you change this 5 pi over 6 back to 150? Okay, back to 150. So we still use multiplication, right? So we just reverse these two. So 5 pi over 6 multiplied by, now we want degree on top, pi on the bottom. Okay, pi on the bottom. So this canceled. Pi canceled. And then you got 5 times 180 divided by 6. 180 divided by 6 is 30. 5 times 30, so you got 150 degree. Okay, 150 degree. So that's our first example. Okay. Okay, that's the first thing. So now let's write down the rule. So from degree to reading multiplied by pi over 180. Okay, 180. So let's try this two more times. Okay, let's try this two more times. So let's say we have 100 degree change to radian. Okay, change to radian. So 100 times pi over 180 degree. Okay, 80 degree. You see degree measure canceled, and we have 100 pi over 180. So 10 canceled, and then we cancel 2. We got 5 over 9. Okay, 5 over 9. So this is 5 pi over 9. Okay, over 9. Okay, yeah. So now let's look at 60. Okay, we have this example. We know 60 is pi over 3, right? Pi over 3. So let's try to use this formula, right? So use this formula. So 60 degree to radian. So we need 60 times pi over 180. Okay, 180. So this will be 60 degree cancel. 60 pi over 180 canceled and divided by 6. So 1 over 3. Okay, 1 over 3. So this is pi over 3. Okay, pi over 3. So degree to radian, we use pi over 180. Okay, 180. So now radian to degree, we use 180 over pi. Okay, yeah. So how to remember this? So if you want degree, 180 on top. Degree on top. If you want radian measure pi on top. Okay, pi on top. Okay, so now let's change pi over 2 to degree measure. Okay, to degree measure. So it's pi over 2 times 180 over pi. You see pi and pi cancel. So 180 degree divided by 2, you got 90 degree. Okay, 90 degree. Okay, pi over 5. Change to degree. So pi over 5 times 180 over pi. Pi cancelled. We got 180 degree over 5. So this is 36 degree. Okay, 36 degree. Okay, so we either use 180 over pi or we use pi over 180. You want degree, 180 degree on top. You want radian measure pi on top. Okay, pi on top. So that's the two measures for the angles. Okay, for the angles. Okay, so now let's talk about reference angle. Okay, reference angle. We already said, okay, so what's an angle? You start from this is the vertex of the angle, and you start from here, and then it's a rotation. Rotate this way is positive, rotate that way is negative. Okay, negative. So you go around once is 2 pi. Okay, it's 2 pi. So now let's make it more clearer. Let's look at the xy plane. Okay, xy plane. So the initial side of the angle is always this positive x-axis. Okay, and then rotate this way is positive. Rotate clockwise is negative. Okay, negative. So now the first one is the right angle. So this is 90 degree, right? And then the right angle is 90. So now if you get here, that is 180. Okay, 180. The blue angle. Okay, the blue angle. And then if you get the third one, the purple one, so this will be 270. 3 right angles. Okay, 3 right angles. And then if finally you go around, go back, that is 360 degree. Okay, 360 degree. So we got these 4 special angles, and you go the other way, you got negative angle, right? So you go back this way, that's negative 90. Go back to here, that's negative 180. 2 right angles, right? And then go back to the third one, is negative 270. And go back again, a full rotation, that's negative 360. Okay, 360. And if you use 3D measure, you will get pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. Okay, 2 pi. Okay, so now what about other angles? Okay, what about other angles? So if you got an angle in the first quadrant, so now we have 4 quadrants. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And 4. okay, and 4. So these 4 quadrants, okay. So now for any angle in the first quadrant, okay, in the first quadrant, so that means it's between 0 and 90, okay. So this angle will be between 0 degree and 90 degree. Or you can say it's between 0 and pi over 2 in reading measure, okay, in reading measure. So you got some angle theta here, okay, theta here. So now let's change the color. If this is some angle in the second quadrant, okay, second quadrant, then this is 0 degree and then 180 in degree measures, or 0 between 0 and pi. Not that between 0, sorry. So it should be bigger than 90. So here should be 90 and here should be pi over 2. Okay, pi over 2. So that's the second quadrant. Okay, that's the second quadrant. So now if you have a terminal side in the third quadrant, so this is bigger than pi. This is theta, right? Bigger than pi, less than 3 pi over 2. Or if you use degree measure, so this is bigger than 180, less than 270. Okay, 270. And then finally is the last one, the fourth quadrant. If you have some angle here, angle theta, from the positive x-axis, rotate this way to here, then you got some angle bigger than 270, less than 360. Or is between 2 pi and 3 pi over 2. Okay? 3 pi over 2. So that's the 4 quadrants for the angles. Okay? For the angles. Okay, so now we have to make a right triangle. Let's talk about reference angles and the reference right triangle. Okay? Reference right triangle. So what's the reference angle? Okay, what's the reference angle? The reference angle, so for any angle, okay, so let's draw a theta here. Okay, so this is very important. You pick a point on the terminal side. Okay, pick a point on the terminal side and you draw a vertical line. Okay, you draw a vertical line to make a right triangle. Okay, so first, one point, any point on the terminal side, and then draw a vertical line to make a right triangle. So where is my right triangle? I use the terminal side and my vertical line to make the right triangle. Okay, the right triangle. So now the acute angle with the orange as the vertex is the reference angle. Okay, is the reference angle. So you look at this 0, 0, the origin of the xy plane. So this angle is the reference angle theta star. Okay, so theta star is the reference angle of theta. Okay, of theta. So first pick a point and then draw a vertical line. So now you get a right triangle. Okay, you got right triangle. So one of the angle with vertex. So one of the acute angle is reference angle. It's not the top one. Okay, it's the bottom one with origin as the vertex. Okay, as the vertex. So now let's draw another case. Okay, let's draw another case. So if you have, let's say, terminal side is in the fourth quadrant, the last one. Okay, the last one. Suppose this is our angle theta. Okay, angle theta. And then we look at the terminal side. So this terminal side, you pick any point and then draw a vertical line. Then you can make a right triangle. You got this right triangle, the green one. Okay, the green one. And then we have two acute angles. So this is the origin. So this is theta star. Okay, so the acute angle with vertex at the origin is the reference angle. Okay, so theta star is the reference angle. Okay, reference angle. Okay, so now let's look at examples from the web work. Right, examples from web work. Okay, so now we want to find the reference angle of 9 pi over 5. Okay, 9 pi over 5. Okay, 9 pi over 5. So if you're familiar with reading measure, you can use 9 pi over 5. Otherwise, you can use degree measure. Okay, change this to degree. Okay, change this to degree. Okay, so this is cancelled. Okay, yeah. And we got 9 times 180 divided by 5. 180 divided by 5, so that's 36. 9 times 36, so we got 324 degree. Okay, 324 degree. So now you have to draw this angle. Okay, draw this angle. So 324, so this is bigger than 270, less than 360. Then you know, okay, it's in the fourth quadrant, the last quadrant. So this is 324 degree. Okay, 24 degree. And this is my right triangle. Okay, this is my right triangle. The one point on terminal side, and then let's draw a vertical line. Then we got this right triangle. So now we got the reference angle theta star. Okay, theta star. So what's theta star? So theta star plus 324 is 360. Okay, it's 360. So theta star is 360 minus 324 degrees. So this is 36 degree. Okay, 36 degree. So the reference angle is 36 degree. Okay, 36 degree. And then this is pi over 5. Okay, pi over 5. So if you use only the degree measure, reading measure, this is much easier. Okay, it's 2 pi minus, this is 9 pi over 5. Then you got pi over 5. Okay, pi over 5. Okay, yeah. So you have to draw the picture, and then you know theta star, and then you know the reference angle. Okay, reference angle. Okay, yeah. And then let's look at one more example. Okay, the next example. Okay, so now what's the angle? The angle is negative 8 pi over 7. Okay, negative 8 pi over 7. So now we should draw this angle. Okay, we should draw this angle. So that means we have a negative rotation, so we rotate this way. And then this is a little bigger than negative pi. Right? A little bit bigger than negative pi. So we have negative rotation and a little bit bigger than negative pi. Okay, negative pi. So that's the rotation, terminal side. So it's negative 8 pi over 7. Okay, 8 pi over 7. So negative sign means rotate clockwise. Okay, rotate clockwise. Okay, so now from the terminal side, we draw a vertical line to make the reference right triangle. The reference right triangle. And then this angle is theta star. Okay, this angle is theta star. So now how to find theta star? Okay, theta star, based on the picture, is this whole rotation minus negative pi, right? Negative pi. So it's the part bigger than pi. Okay, bigger than pi. So it's 8 pi over 7 minus pi. So this is 1 pi over 7. Okay, 1 pi over 7, because pi is 7 pi over 7. Okay, so we got 8 minus 1. Okay, 8 minus 1. Okay, so now let's look at two more examples. There's two more examples. Let's use degree measure. Okay, let's use degree measures. Okay, so what's the reference angle of 150 degree? Okay, 150 degree. Okay, so first you draw the 150. So it's in the second quadrant. This is 150. Okay, 150. And then you draw the reference right triangle, and then you got the reference angle theta star, and then what's the relation between theta star and 150? So theta star plus 150, so this will be 180, right? This is the whole half circle. So theta star is 180. minus 150, which is 30 degree. Okay, 30 degree. Reference angle, reference right triangle, and then the relation, okay, between pi, 2 pi, 3 pi over 2, and pi over 2. Okay, so let's look at one more example, negative angle. So we have, let's say, negative 70 degree. Okay, negative 70 degree. So now we know it's in the fourth quadrant. It's a clockwise rotation, and then it's 70. Okay, it's 70. So now you choose a point, draw the vertical line to make this angle. Okay, to make this right triangle. Okay, right triangle. So now this angle is the reference angle. Okay, so theta star, the reference angle, is always between 0 and 90. Okay, it's always between 0 and 90 is the acute angle in the right triangle. So now you see the rotation is this angle theta star. Okay, but we have to skip the negative sign because negative sign just means the direction of the rotation. So it's clockwise or counterclockwise. Okay, so the rotation, the amount is theta star, so theta star is 70. Okay, 70. So we will have a lot of examples, practice about reference angle, reference right triangle in the lecture. Okay, in the lecture.